going on, Jeromes? It's indeed a beautiful Friday. Birds are chirping and stuff, and it's time for another Vikings news dump. So the Vikings off day today as they prepare for their Saturday preseason game. Preseason game number 2 against the Cleveland Browns. Of course, lots of ties with the Browns beyond Jordan Hicks, as well as Diesel Dalvin Tomlinson, Zadarius Smith, etc. There's like 17 other other ones, but also Kevin O'Connell got his head coaching start in Cleveland under head coach at the time, Mike Pettin, who is now assistant head coach of the Vikings, outside linebackers coach as well as, hey, so the Vikings might need a quarterback 3. Johnny Manziel one time? Nah. Of course, Kwesi, assistant to the regional general manager Andrew Berry for a couple seasons in Cleveland after coming over from the Niners, and then, of course, getting the Vikings job in 2022. Also, speaking of which, preseason game against the Browns. So we're going to be live streaming. Same thing next week against the Eagles. We're going to be live streaming during the game. A little bit of Q&A sessions. Also, all month of August, all Venmos, Cash App, Super Chats are going to be donated to Every Meal Twin Cities, a great local charity that helps fill in food securities for kids here in the Twin Cities and the great state of Minnesota. And we worked with them during the draft. You guys absolutely destroyed our goal for the draft. So our goal for August preseason is 1509. Diamond Dallas Turner, J.J. McCarthy. We got about 600 so far. You guys have been extremely generous, so thank you all for that. Also, you can donate directly to them. Link is in the description below. Shoot us an email so we can count that in the total. So let's get this thing fired up the rest of August. Anyways, also, joint practice has been going down. And there's been studs. I mean, the Vikings defense had a great showing over the last 2 days in Berea. Offense, sort of here or there, hit or miss, but Nudie McLaughlin making his case to make the 53 as a UDFA cornerback. Looked really damn good. Had some great reps in one-on-ones. Picked off pick 6 of Jameis Winston, but of course, everyone gets that. Vikings put it up there, taking it home with us, and Dwight McLaughlin. So I love that he physically put up the blank avatar. It's funny, man. But also at Nudie McLaughlin. I don't think anyone in the media has asked him why it's Nudie. Now, are we just going to have to call him Nudie Magazine Day? Because that'd be great. But, of course, he tweeted out 1 day at a time. That's right, man. That's right. Also, someone who's been looking good. So this is an old picture of Tristan Jackson. He used to be number 9. Obviously, number 9 is now. But now Jackson is number 8. And Jackson's been looking good this camp, man. Beyond the touchdown 100 yards in preseason against the Raiders, had a great couple of days of practice against the Browns. Talk about practice. And I think that he's making a very solid case to be that 5th receiver on the 53-man roster. Also, so I can't wait till Aaron Jones gets out there because he's been looking really good, been looking really spry, both as a runner as well as a receiver. And he's starters aren't going to play for the most part on Saturday against the Browns. Probably won't play Saturday against the Eagles. Who knows how Kevin O'Connell wants to deploy things, but I can't wait to see 33 Showtime out there because just sticking it right in the Packers' face. And that's exactly what Jones wants to do. And he's got plenty of tread left on the tire. He and Ty Chandler are going to be a great duo. And also, if the Vikings are able to run the ball competently, especially in early downs as well as in the red zone, that's going to take a lot of pressure off of slinging Sam Darnold. That'd be good. Speaking of taking pressure off of Sam Darnold, this is a great nugget from Alec Lewis, the Athletic. So, Garrett Bradbury changing up the cadence up front. On Wednesday, center Garrett Bradbury suggested to Darnold that the Vikings switch the cadence. He felt the Browns front had timed up Darnold's snap count, and Darnold agreed. The switch gave Darnold and the offense a bit more time to work. So, basically, if you're a defensive lineman and the quarterback is spitting out the same cadence every time, green 18, blue 42, whatever, and they don't have any variations on it, you can pretty much time that thing and really get after things. But if there's a slight change in the delivery, there's a slight change in the snap count, I mean, that can throw you off. And it's important for the offense to do that. And also, it got into Bradbury with a guy like Kirk Cousins, Kurt was taking care of things like that at the line of scrimmage. But Bradbury working with a new guy in the offense and Sam Darnold, as well as when McCarthy was here, a rookie. it's really interesting nuggets like that that can make the difference. And Bradbury, knocking on all the wood, he added some weight. He's always been a great leader. He's always been great calling the protections at the line of scrimmage. So hopefully we can get after things in that regard. Injury updates. So a couple of the main ones. Jordan Addison, Kevin O'Connell says that he doesn't see him missing extended time. So routine soreness on Monday with McCarthy. But I think that Addison, so if you watch the video, Addison basically just got rolled up. One of the Browns DBs essentially just sat on his ankle. But, slight sprain. Didn't sound like a high ankle sprain, which is the dreaded injury, which can be months instead of days and weeks. But we'll see. Jefferson did mention something where he could miss a couple weeks. So, TBD, what it's going to be for the opener against the Giants. Hopefully Addison will be good to go and at or near 100%. Shaq Griffin, who's been out since the second practice with a hamstring. Kevin O'Connell says that he'll be ready to start the season, which will be good because Shaq Griffin and Stephon Gilmore are going to be your two starting outside corners. Then you got Blake Cashman outside. How about that? He dinged up his finger. Charlie bit my finger on Wednesday. He was noticeably absent from joint practice on Thursday. Kamu Grugier-Hill was filling in at first-team off-ball with Ivan Pace Jr. with the first-team defense. But Cashman had finger surgery and will be good to go once he gets his stitches out, which is fantastic news. But also, I miss when players just wore the club. Like a player broke their wrist or broke their hand, especially if it's a linebacker, and then just put the club on. It's fantastic. Also, a couple more. So Thayer Thomas went down on a hard hit on Wednesday. The hit that prompted Kevin O'Connell to be like, hey, Schwartzy, dial that back, man. This is supposed to be an exhibition. So Thayer Thomas in the concussion protocol, which really sucks, man, because Thayer Thomas had come on the last couple weeks, and as well as in the Raiders game, and the Browns and the Eagles game were going to be huge for him, potentially pushing to make the practice squad of 53. So now that's TBD. Najee Thompson's been on the PUP since the beginning of training camp with a knee issue. They did mention that ideally he would be back for the Eagles preseason game, but we'll see what happens. I think that he could be a candidate to start the regular season on the PUP, save yourself a roster spot, get him to 100%, and go from there. Great special teamer. And then also Hawkinson mentioned that they're on various timelines. I do suspect that Hawkinson may start the year on the PUP. Now, there's been talk about taking him off the PUP and putting him on short-term IR after 53-man rosters are set. It's kind of pointless because you can only bring back 8 players, and why burn a spot when you have the exact same mechanism with the PUP list? And also, yeah, just ridiculous. Just if he's going to miss the first 4 games anyway, just keep him on the PUP. That's it. Also, Robert Tonyan, no update. He did not travel with the team. And Tonyan with the back spasms, he looked like a stone cold lock to make the roster out of OTAs and minicamp. Now, maybe not so much. Also, Gabriel Murphy. So, Gabe Murphy has been what was the high priority UDFA coming out of UCLA. He got $225K. He looked really good in offseason work and beginning of training camp, but is missing with the undisclosed injury, did not travel with the team, isn't going to play Saturday, might not play next Saturday either. And with Murphy, like, that could put his spot in jeopardy because Andre Carter II had a couple of great days of practice. Bo Richter and Owen Porter obviously doing the damn thing. So, I mean, it could be a spot. Also, Patrick Jones looking really damn good too. So, yeah, it's really unfortunate for Murph, as his spot could be up in the air, but it goes back to what Zimmer said. He can't make the club in the tub. Also, so J.J. McCarthy's in his Instagram stories era. So, posting, that's a great picture, by the way. Janae Johnson, legend. Also, posting scripture, Jeremiah 29:11. And also, an interesting one. So, a picture of him. And he did like the Instagram story saying, what's your favorite movie? Respond, blah, blah, blah. Except it wasn't clickable, right? So it was just part of the photo. Now, just reading into the messaging, of course, Cameron Bynum, life's a movie. And McCarthy, the comeback, it's going to be a great movie. When did they stop using cameras that had the crank on it? Those are really good back in the day, man. But, yeah, the McCarthy comeback is going to be on film, IMAX, 17,000K, directed by Christopher Nolan. It's going to be great. It's going to be great, man. But yeah, it hasn't posted any like stoic or philosophical quotes today. But tomorrow's another day. And also, speaking of tomorrow, so against the Browns, Kevin O'Connell announced that Sam Darnold will not play, as well as likely a lot of the starters as well. Basically, they're just going to treat this one as backups, bottom of the roster guys, sorting things out. Maybe some starters will play against the Eagles next Saturday in the final preseason game. I would guess probably not. Just the way that O'Connell has deployed his starters throughout his first 2 seasons in preseason. I just don't hold out hope for the last preseason game. So Sam Darnold may be in the barn and good to go. But we're going to rock with it, man. We're going to roll with you, baby. As well as Justin freaking Jefferson had some great things to say about Darnold. This is from Awful Announcing. He was talking to Diana Rossini of The Athletic, quote, to see the balls that Sam Darnold, throws, especially the go balls, the deep balls that he throws. It was right in the hands. It feels like a soft pillow. And this is why Jefferson's quarterback proof, because he could be talking about Jaron Hall. Like, if Jaron Hall was somehow the starter, like, Jefferson would hype him up. And you saw him, like he did last year in press conferences. Same thing with Nick Mullins. I think that Jefferson just feels like, if you put it in my vicinity, I will go get it. Unless you're the passionate and you throw a hospital ball against the Raiders. That's all. But, yeah, I understand the reservations with Sam Darnold. As long as he got 18, man, just chuck it down there. F it, Jets is down there somewhere, baby. And lastly, speaking of which, now I may be a curmudgeon, or I may be a bit of a value shopper, but when did jerseys get so expensive? And also, so basically, if you want a stitched jersey nowadays, where it's the numbers are stitched on, the letters and all that stuff, basically you have to go to China or Mitchell & Ness, like old school jerseys. But when did jerseys get so expensive? All right, so you got the Jefferson Tree Fitty, about Tree Fitty, where it's like the old school throwback one, but it's the Nike alternate vapor fuse elite jersey. What's so elite about it? I don't know. Better stitching? Who knows? But then you got like the Randy Moss Winter Warrior one, which looks pretty damn good, man. Not gonna lie, but that's $175. I mean, when jerseys get so expensive, I remember back in the day. When I was 13 and like the 12, 13, somewhere there. But the Randy Moss era took over for the Vikings. Now, of course, I was a Chris Carter kid. We talked about I was wearing the Chris Carter jerseys till the numbers wore off. But the Randy Moss jersey, I remember, it was a starter jersey, I believe, because I think they had the jersey contract then. It was $40. $40. And yeah, it was just a replica jersey with the iron-on numbers and stuff. And I know that things are a lot fancier nowadays. But how did we go from $40 to $175 and $350? Now, I know that Fanatics has other ones for like $130, but what happened? What happened? Maybe it's just me being an old man. I don't know, man. But your thoughts are thoughts. A beautiful Friday. Browns game tomorrow. We'll be live streaming. You guys are the best you know what to do. Skol. Production value.